first of all, like get into law because that was your first career goal? And then what brought you from law into acting?
I sort of never really knew what I wanted career-wise. I mean, as a kid, I always loved acting. I did, community theater, and I remember at one point I heard one of those like corny John Robert Powers ads. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but they're kind of this, I don't know if they still exist. They're like, be an actress, da, 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 on the radio. And so I heard that on the radio once with my parents, and I was like, I don't know, probably 12 or something. I was like, oh my gosh, mom, I want to go. And so they came into LA and they did the whole thing where you audition and they're like, oh yeah, she has potential, but then you have to sign up for this program that you have to pay all this money for. Unfortunately, my parents were wise enough to say, nah, that sounds not quite right. But I, as a kid, was like devastated. I was like, yeah, you don't want me to be an actress. So that was sort of like a little bit of a foray into that. But for them, it was always like, you can be an actress, but like get an education first. And education was really important to them. And my parents obviously wanted me to do well in school. School was important, but they weren't tiger parents. I actually went into law because I didn't know what else to do. I think going into 1L year, if law isn't your passion, it's going to be tough.
So then when did you start taking acting classes?
When I came back to LA, so I had done like community theater growing up, and I did like theater in high school, and I did it in college, but all just for fun. Like I hadn't taken any official like acting classes until I moved to LA and decided, okay, I'm going to pursue acting. And that's when I started taking acting classes out here.
What year was that? Just so we know, like,
Yes, that was I moved back to
you guys see
LA.
that? Sorry,
Oh no. Did
I
it
dropped my
fall?
whole mic and I was just like, I thought it was like super loud. Okay, never mind.
What kind of roles
So,
do you typically go for?
it's interesting. Well, commercially, I get sent out a lot for like the young mom role, or just like young friend, or spokesperson, doctor, lawyer. I don't know why I'm doing that.
That's so funny.
And then yeah,
Yeah.
TV film, I get a lot of the sort of, yeah, kind of similar. Like I'll
Yeah.
get a number of like just like young Latina roles too. Um that one I find tough because I feel like I don't fit either way. I feel like sometimes I don't look Latina enough for like Hollywood's idea of Latina, and sometimes I don't look, I don't know, Caucasian enough or whatever. So I sort of feel like I'm in this little limbo world of that
Mm.
too.
What's your best accent?
Okay, I'm just going to have to keep talking a bit until I get into it. It'll take a minute, but I can do it. Yes. We can answer a couple questions, and I think I do a good Southern accent, like that sort of
Oh yeah.
traditional, like cat on a hot tin roof, or what's that other famous Southern play that I'm blanking on right now? I love doing like a Southern. Would you like some lemonade?
Yeah.
I would consider myself a working actor, but even among working actors, there's like categories. I still don't make enough money from the couple of jobs I book a year to only do acting. So I still need a side job. And that just tells you how difficult the industry is. I think only, I don't know complete the stats on this, but I think maybe 1% of actors are like full-time making a living off of acting.
We both got back on Hinge, which
Mm.
you know. So like the fucking dating apps. So update
Oh,
us a
God.
little bit. Like how has your dating life been in LA? Like your experience of dating in LA, like from you came to LA?
It has been tough
Because LA has millions of beautiful people.
that people in LA are flaky. Obviously, not everyone is like that, but a lot of
Yeah.
people are like, they won't commit to something because they're waiting for the better thing. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I won't commit to hanging out with you on Friday night because what if this better party comes up, or what if this better option comes up?
I
So,
hate people.
oh, girl, you gotta go on more dates.
I know. It's
But
supposed to
she
be my
also,
hoe era.
Think, yeah, a lot of people are just, I guess, on there as an ego boost to get matches, but you are not
Mhm.
alone. I've experienced the same thing. It's just like crickets. And you're like, I'm
Yeah.
actually here to date. Like,
Did Henrietta tell you what we did? Did you tell her about the Bumble
Yeah,
event?
the Bumble event, remember in the
oh, I think you did
basement?
tell me.
There was like a bunch of like desperate people.
Oh
I was like,
no.
what the fuck did you take me here?
I
Oh
didn't know
gosh.
what to expect. It was my first Bumble event because I was like, I mean, might as well try it. It'll be in person. You never know. Instant regrets.